Holy crud. Man, I need to organize that stuff. That's a little better. But where did it all go? Right there onto the kayak. So let's go fishing. Hey everyone, welcome again to another episode of Fish in Southern Maryland. I'm your host David. I'm back on Nan's Cove. I'm going to see if I can go out and find a few fish for lunch today or maybe lunch tomorrow. It's Sunday, the 26th of April. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I had to organize the stuff that was in my car because it was getting to be a little out of hand. I thought I had everything I needed for this trip, except the fact that I have everything for freshwater in the car. Not that the Patuxent River is predominantly saltwater, but it is more brackish. And when I come here, I'm looking for white perch and I'm looking for catfish. Well, that being true, I've got my gear for soft plastics and small panfish and everything. And I don't have my hooks and my sinkers for catfish. So I've got two. If those go, we'll have to find out what I can do to improvise. So here we go. Like I said, it's the end of April, April 26th, and you know the temperature's probably the low to mid 50s right now. We had some rain come through last night. It's glass calm, so I can't complain about that. No wind whatsoever, but just enough that you got to put a jacket or a sweatshirt on to make sure you stay warm. I've got an outgoing tide. Going to see if we can catch anything on the bottom with some shrimp. I brought a spinnerbait to give it a try for the perch, and we're just going to see what happens. Get that off of there. Fish number one. I was reeling in my shrimp, and I got a white perch. Mm, 9 inches. Give me another inch and I'd be happy. That's a bite, definitely. Take it. Is my bait going? Okay. Something a little bigger now. Is it a catfish? Come here, buddy. Oh, we're turning the boat, huh? Let it tire itself out. Oh yeah, nice catfish. Nice channel cat. We'll take it home with us. Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, nice channel catfish. I think we got a second. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, another nice catfish. another nice one. I think this is just a perch. It might be the same perch I caught before. Looks like the same size. We'll put that one back. Got 2 catfish to go home anyway. Okay, so it's time to start heading home. It's about 11:15. So I want to get home and clean out the car. Take everything out of it and get it kind of back to a resemblance of just a car, not a car with a bunch of fishing stuff in it. I want to organize it, take it inside, and clean some stuff off. Of course, I've also got a couple fish I need to clean as well. So because I got 2 catfish, I'm going to go ahead and take them home. I'm going to clean them, and I'm going to cook them. Not quite sure what I'll do with them yet, but you're going to find out, because this is going to be my first catch and cook. Okay, so I'm not the best with a fillet knife, but I'm going to do my best to take care of these catfish, see if I can get some nice fillets out of them, and then we'll see what we're going to do. Maybe make them into fish and chips, maybe just pan fry them, I don't know, we'll have to see. But here we go. With not having any scales, you want to skin your catfish and everything. And I know some people use needle nose pliers, but I picked up these. They work pretty well. They're from Mustad. It just grabs the skin as best it can and is able to pull it right off of there. So I got a little more work to do on that side, but they work. They work. Mustad catfish skinners. A few rib bones right there. We'll get those out of there. Now I know some people would go through and take a spoon and scrape some of that other meat out, but it's only going to be me who eats it. My wife only eats salmon really, or maybe rainbow trout if we go to Cracker Barrel. And my youngest son who's here, he doesn't eat fish. So it's just me. I've got 2 fillets from that one. I'm going to try to get 2 fillets from the other one, and then we'll see what we do with it afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fillets from those 2 catfish. I'm pretty happy with that. Something I always like to do when I'm filleting a fish is I like to cut the stomach open, see what they've been eating. That way I know maybe what to use for bait. Just cut this one open. Look at the amount of clams in this guy. Holy smokes. Just gorging it. Alright everyone, it's Tuesday afternoon. It's about 4 o'clock and it's time to start cooking that catfish. I'm going to make some fish and chips out of it. I've done this recipe before a long time ago with white perch back before I started making videos. But, you know, I'm going to give it a try. I found the recipe online. I'll put a link in the description to the recipe itself. My family and I, we don't drink alcohol. Don't have anything against it. We just don't do it. So I'm going to be substituting in club soda for anywhere where if you were to be using a beer battered fish and chips or anything like that. So I'm going to put club soda. I'm only going to use 2 fillets. So I'm going to have to take the recipe and cut it down a little bit. I got my R2-D2 mixing bowl here that I'm going to use. We're going to put that down there, and we're going to add some flour and the various ingredients. So there's my flour. Next thing in the recipe says it is a half cup of cornstarch. That looks pretty good. Next thing it says is to add a teaspoon of baking powder. So we'll go ahead and get that out of there. Add that to our mix. Supposed to add a little salt as well. That's about a teaspoon of salt. And now we're going to start adding some of the club soda. Now the club soda is supposed to be added until it gets to be like a thin pancake. You know, to get that consistency. So we're going to add that and start mixing and see how we do. I'm thinking that's starting to look pretty good. We're going to start some more. There's our catfish fillets. I, of course, want them a little bit smaller, so for smaller bite size. There, we've got them cut down to nice bite-sized pieces. We're going to take a little bit of the catfish, dip it in a little flour, coat it with some of the batter, and then we're going to set it on the plate just until I can get my oil nice and hot. Put that in that. Okay. Dip it in there. Put it there. My wife's probably not going to be terribly happy with me for making a mess on her bar, but that's okay. She's out buying herself a pizza right now. Now, being the fact that this is Fishing Southern Maryland and I am living here in Maryland, it means I got to add some Old Bay. And I think it's almost against the law if you don't put Old Bay on your seafood here in Maryland. I'm not sure though, and everything. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of Old Bay on there. Try not to get too much of it on one piece, and see if that does it okay. Probably should have put it into the batter itself, but to be completely honest with you, I kind of forgot. So we'll just add it here. That's my chips. That's going to be cooked in the air fryer. And then I'm going to get my oil nice and hot during that time for my fish. Put those in there. Okay, they're almost looking good. I think they're pretty close. We're going to give that fish about another 30 seconds or so because my fry should be done. My vegetables that I'm going to be having should be done as well. I think this is actually going to work. We'll have to see. Those are looking pretty good. Yep, that's looking pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. I'm just going to have to tell you how it tastes afterwards. Whew, I'm stuffed. I got fries left over that I can't even finish. But it turned out very well. That catfish was delicious. I don't know if you're going to give it a try with that recipe. If you do, let me know in the comment section. Also, if you enjoyed this catch and cook, let me know that. This was my first one, but I had fun. And if you enjoyed it, let me know. Maybe I'll do another one. I've still got some more catfish. Maybe I'll fix it a different way. We'll have to see. You know what to do. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so, subscribe, hit that notification button, and until next time, tight lines. I don't know if I've ever shown you my stringer. It's not anything too technical or anything like that, I've found stringers before. I've seen them in stores. I actually caught a stringer one time as I was reeling it in at one lake, and it was made out of metal and it sunk down to the bottom. Well, that right there is a shower curtain hook. It's tied to a piece of nylon cord, and I've got 5 of them on there. Yeah, they're a little rusty, but for all honesty, they're in the water or they're out of the water, so they're going to oxidize some. I've got a piece of pool noodle on it so that hopefully it'll stay afloat if it falls overboard before I put fish on it. And then I've got a carabiner where I can connect it to my actual kayak as well. It works for me.